Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fast Fiction Factory. As you can see, I'm in a new location today, somewhere in the Northern Territory, just because it's sunny and it's nice, and I have birds. Keep an eye out for them. One of the things that we are going to do going forward is, as your stories come in, and they are coming in, but so please keep on sending them in, we're going to try and match the location to wherever your story is set. So for example, if your story is set in a kitchen, we'll try and find a kitchen somewhere to read your story out to you. If it's in an airplane, we can do the same thing. If it's in a train, if it's in a dungeon, we will do our best to try and match the location to your story. So this week we have prompt number 2, which is claustrophobia, which is another one from my writing group. So if you want to write a story using this quote instead of the last prompt, feel free. It's claustrophobia. I have one for you today, which again is 300 words or less. Remember, that's the rule. 300 words or less, you must use the prompt. Send them to the email, which is in the YouTube homepage for this channel. And don't forget to include the prompt or include Fast Fiction Factory in the subject line. If you don't have Fast Fiction Factory, it will get filtered out and I won't see it and it won't get read. And that's all I really have to say before I get into my story. So welcome to the beautiful Northern Territory of Australia, and please enjoy. And here's my story. Every day at 3 p.m, Jim does something that sucks. The first thing he does that sucks is ensuring that whatever is going to suck, sucks at precisely 3 p.m. That takes discipline, and it takes perseverance, which is the whole point of the exercise. 3 p.m, suck time. No excuses, and no being late, because that would mean that he sucks too, and Jim doesn't want to suck. Jim wants to succeed. So, 3 p.m. it is. On Monday at 3 p.m, he stripped naked, slapped himself in the face, and climbed into a bathtub full of ice. That sucked. On Tuesday, again at 3 p.m, he did an alternating series of push-ups and sit-ups until he threw up, and then he swallowed 5 raw eggs. That also sucked. On Wednesday, he ran laps in the heat until he passed out, and woke to a group of local kids seeing who could throw a rock closest to his head without actually hitting him. And one kid had bad aim and nearly broke his nose. That one sucked a lot. Deciding that he'd quite like a break from physical endurance tests that suck, today Jim has opted for the mental. If you're anything like me, you might be forgiven for thinking that he already has, but let's not judge. Right now, judgment is not what Jim needs. What Jim needs is help. And perhaps a ladder. You see, climbing into a septic tank to find out whether or not he was claustrophobic was only the second thing Jim did today that could be said to suck. The first one was not checking how deep it is. And so, here sits Jim, knee-deep in darkness and shit with a hole too far above to reach, and wondering what to do next. He's quite proud of himself, by the way. On Thursday at 3 p.m, Jim found out that he's not claustrophobic. Success. And that's it. That is my entry from the prompt claustrophobic. I'll be right back and we'll talk about what happens next. That's my claustrophobia story. Don't forget, please keep sending your entries in. They are coming in, and I'm putting together an episode of your stories right as we speak. I should be back in about 2 weeks with 1 or 2 of those. But it's not too late to keep them coming in, because if we get enough, we can actually do some extra episodes. So don't forget, you have to stick to the prompt, and you have to put Fast Fiction Factory in the email subject line so they don't get filtered out, and I do actually get to have your story. Also include whether or not you want me to include your name. Some people don't like their names attached to public readings, some people do. Either way, I'm absolutely fine with it. Whatever you want, that's okay. Let me know down below what you think of the story, and remember, just keep it to 300 words. Make sure you use the prompt, and I hope to see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you once again for joining us here at the Fast Fiction Factory.